Alright, hey guys, welcome to my thoughts on both the Black Ops 7 Endgame and its associated camo grind. And kind of as you can see here, when I'm loading into the game, well, as you're about to see, I am working on the final camo, basic camo for, not the basic camo, but the second to last camo for my last weapon out of the 30 base game weapons. I will mention what, overall playing the game, or this section of the game, overall, this is what Modern Warfare Zombies should have been. With the whole kind of pseudo leveling up and skill system, keeping your weapon rarities when you exfil, and not really having an inventory. The inventory, because I don't care for DMZ type game modes, it just frustrates me. And it just made it was very unsatisfying when losing progression and all of that kind of stuff. Now, when it comes to the progression with this, it's kind of hit or miss depending on how you do it. You can do the shorter green missions. I forget what they're actually called. They are actually called. You can do those. They don't give you as much combat rating and XP, or you can do the longer blue missions. They'll give you a lot more combat rating and XP, but they take longer to do, and it's just whatever. And also, just when you get to tier 3 zone, you can just farm zombies, because the fears, as they're called, but they're zombies. You can farm I'm just gonna call them zombies. You can farm the zombies to get a bunch of XP and combat rating and stuff. And I will say this, it is cool how you do have a reward for with the base game operators. If you didn't pre-order the game, you have a reward for all 12 of the base game ones with a fear skin, which is what I have on Williams is the character's name, if I remember correctly. I have it for 3 of the characters, for Mason, Williams, and then if you played campaign and then finished it, you would immediately go into playing as the base operator for JSOC. I can't remember her name, but I got it for her as well. The one in the flight suit. Oh yeah, I have it for her. I have thought about doing it for other characters. I know I'm going to do it for Kagan, and then the masked guild character that you can play as. I don't remember that character's name either, but I think that the fear skins for them look cool. Most of the other characters, it just kind of looks like shit. I do like the kind of scaling progression of difficulty, and also when you are 60 combat rating, that basically all weapons are, for the most part, consistently viable, depending on if you're in tier 3. Now, tier 4, that's kind of hit or miss. With certain weapons, you need to be going for critical kills, because if not, then you're going to get downed a lot. Burst weapons are definitely better for the tier 4 zone. When thinking about the boss, it's a cool design for the most part. The idea of destroying the flowers as you see them, because the cradle is causing you to see the vents for it all weird. Destroying those is cool. I just wish that all of the elite enemies that were there didn't have a health pool, and that at least have such a large health pool. It's frustrating having to deal with them, but it's also that increases the challenge. But if you play mainly solo like I do, it's just kind of whatever. But it's cool seeing other players actually go in and actually help each other out and stuff with hunting down elite enemies. If you're working on camos, if they get a kill, if you at least hit an elite enemy when working on that camo challenge, hit it with a bullet, and then they kill that enemy, you still get the XP, and it counts for that challenge, which is really cool, and then that's a lot of fun. Getting hunted down by the guild, it takes a very long time for that to actually happen. When it does happen, you're in for the ride of your life, and I did find a way to bypass it by going on a, I forget what they're called, but the zip lines that go up in the sky. You can ride onto that to then land on top of the VTOL, the guild's VTOL that hunts you down, and blow it up with the with the rocket launcher, because that is pretty much a wonder weapon in and of itself, or an exotic weapon, as they're called for here. The exotics are pretty cool. It just, they're not as good, except for I think the LMG that doesn't have to reload, has a helical mag or whatever the fuck it's called. That one's pretty good, but outside of that, the rocket launcher is the best. And I don't even know if there is an exotic rocket launcher because of how good it is. If there is, I would love to get it. Some of my thoughts on some of the skills for, like, one of the skills that I fucking hate, because it doesn't make sense why it's in this skill tree, in the tactical skill tree. Well, for all of the skill trees, you have a special skill at the end of it after maxing out all the rest of the skills. And for the tactical skill tree, you have a skill called Pinata, where you've seen it a few times in the background gameplay. You have grenades that drop. It's useful if you're hunting zombies, like getting critical kills with the tier 3 zone with zombies, when it drops a distraction grenade. A distraction device. Outside of that, it is fucking useless when you're trying to work on the camos, but now that I'm not working on camos, it won't really matter until the Season 1 weapons drop and the weekly weapons drop and stuff too. Outside of that, it doesn't really matter. The scaling difficulty for enemies is basically the same as it was in DMZ and Modern Warfare Zombies, but because you have these skills, it's kind of a little bit more difficult to notice unless you're in the tier 4 zone. That's just where it's like, ooh, fuck. If I fuck up and don't use my ability, or I use my ability at the wrong time and it's recharging all weird, recharging at this point in time, and it's halfway through recharging, I'm fucked. I have to use my my Salty revive, which has happened to me several times when doing the camo grind. The location is so much better. It's nice and colorful. I mean, of course, in the tier 4 zone, it's red, but in the other areas, it gets a lot brighter. It's a lot more vibrant compared to the past several games, because like the other Warzone maps, mostly gray. Haven's Hollow, which drops with Season 1, of course, that's going to be a lot more colorful and shit, but that doesn't really matter because I don't really play Warzone. But when I would play Warzone, mainly Plunder, like most of the other maps were just so gray or brown. I don't know why they decided on that, but having such a colorful map from this game, when it does finally connect in Season 2, I think is when it's supposed to be the map and shit, it's going to be great. A lot of open space. Some areas have a lot of verticality, but a lot more open space and just all this stuff. It's cool to explore. I suggest playing the end game just to like explore the map and shit. It's a lot of fun. Now, when speaking on the camo grind, it's tedious, but it's really short. The tediousness of it is when you have to you need to get to a max, like at least 45, just to make it easy to go into, more realistic to go into tier 4 zone, get one of your weapons legendary, get your main weapon that you're using legendary. You should really also have a legendary rocket launcher at that point by grabbing it from the tier 4 zone, or jailbreaking it in progressively in the command centers, whatever the fuck they're. I think yes, they're called command centers. Jailbreaking it in a command center, and then of course exfilling after getting all the critical kills done, so that way, just in case you don't have certain attachments unlocked and all that stuff, that's whatever. It's a little annoying having to, like, oh, I got all the critical kills done, but I don't have an attachment, so I have to level up this weapon, which you spend time doing. And then doing that a few times is when the first time I did that is like for the tactical the tac laser for one of the SMGs. I got hunted and I was so focused on trying to level up my gun to unlock that I just got butt fucked real hard. It was not fun. But when you actually get to the actual mastery camos for it, they're so simple, they're so easy. Doing the special enemies, they're basically all around the map, and it's not hard. Tier 1 is kind of weird with the special enemies, but that's whatever. And then getting kills in Tier 3 zone, you're already guaranteed that if you're combat rank 45 at least, or 30 really. And then getting elite kills. You saw that loop that I was doing, going from the command center, right in front of the command center, to 2 or 3 rooms to the right side of that area, or to the north of it, and then all the way down to the church. That's basically that loop, and I guess also the raceway too. That's basically the loop that you need to hit when you want to get the elite kills. Of course, you see that I have the Genesis camo, and I'm about to show it off in this gameplay. But overall, with connectivity issues, like actually getting everything done, and with how they're going to change stuff for connectivity and all that stuff, I would give the Endgame a solid 8.5 out of 10. There's some issues with it. I kind of wish that there were some more like bosses and stuff, but of course they're going to be world bosses with season 1. So that's really all my thoughts here. Also, the camo grind was so simple but tedious, and I liked it. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see y'all next time.